Hi, you're listening to Screen of the Crime.
I'm Tess.
And I'm Maggie. And this is a podcast where we talk about true crime.
And what would happen if your favorite TV and movie characters committed those crimes? Nice. It's been so long since we've actually recorded.
Oh.
It hasn't been that long, but it's been, long enough. We record a lot of episodes pretty quickly.
We were trying to record last week, but I'm sick, so...
Maggie's voice was completely shot.
Yeah, so it would have sounded so much worse than it sounds right now.
Yeah. We don't sound bad. It just, your voice is honestly, would be unrecognizable, I think. You really just sounded bad.
Yeah, I sound like I smoked a pack a day for 30 years.
Yeah. So, we're back. It's the first day of October that we're recording.
It's the first day of Halloween is what it is.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Today was, the most... fall day we've had this year.
It was cold. It was 52 degrees.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you this because I haven't seen you very much today, but I rode my bike to class, and literally a minute after I left it started raining so much, but it was too late to turn back.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I just rode my bike in the pouring rain.
Yeah, I wore my Converse, but they have holes in the bottoms of them. So, the second I got off the bus, it was just, my feet were wet.
Yeah, that happened. I wore Converse as well. They were cracked at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's been a wet, cold, and rainy day. But that's what fall is all about.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Go Halloween.
Yeah.
So in honor of the first day of Halloween, I have decided to not do a true crime, but to do a haunting.
Yeah.
So
a haunting's not a crime, but I think it has the same vibe.
I suppose, but there's a lot of doubt behind hauntings.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel in crimes, it's oh yeah, that guy definitely murdered that person. But in hauntings, it's there was a ghost, but a lot of people don't believe in ghosts. So I'm curious, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things where it's I'm not gonna not believe in it just because I haven't experienced it. Because, there's things that it's you don't experience, but, you just know it's there. Not to be controversial, but, the earth is round. It's
The earth
although,
is flat.
No, there is scientific proof for that, so I guess that's not necessarily, what I'm thinking of. But, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a thing that's, everyone accepts as true, but, there's no real way of proving it.
Gravity. I don't know. There's scientific evidence.
Yeah. Because there's science behind it. That's the thing. It's I don't know. You believe in ghosts?
Yes, I believe in ghosts. But
do you have any experience or no?
No, but I was born in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And the house we used to live in was an old Victorian house.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a super nice house. It was I like to say 4 stories. It just had an attic, but you could walk in the attic.
Oh, okay.
Unlike my house now. But it was really nice. There was a fireplace in every room. I was 4 when we left, but I had a fireplace in my bedroom. I remember that.
Oh, wow.
It was,
that's crazy.
Nice. And our kitchen had the black and white tiles, you'd see in kitchens.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it was a really nice house, but it took a lot of maintenance. But my mom told me that during yard sales, people would come up to us that used to live in their house and say that they had seen things move around or heard noises.
Oh my god.
So I lived in a haunted house apparently.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. I love that. Imagine that would be cool if you were still there and then you could just I bet you'd have some sort of paranormal experience.
Oh, definitely if I've spent 18 years in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But we moved to Florida instead.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, but it was a nice house. I heard it's run down now. But it's still great if
nice.
You're ever in Franklin, Ohio.
What part of Ohio is that?
Franklin.
But in the state.
I'm not sure. I think it was maybe 2 hours away from Columbus.
Okay. Got it.
Maybe.
Well.
I don't know.
Irrelevant now. So you're doing a haunting. What haunting?
I am. I am doing the Enfield Haunting in England. So I'll talk about it now.
Yeah.
The Enfield haunting happened at 284 Green Street, Brimstown, Enfield, England. In England.
Cool.
It's the setting for the second Conjuring movie. However, the Conjuring movie had that nun in it because it was kind of making like a... Have you seen it?
I have not seen the second Conjuring.
God.
Or
Okay.
I probably have, but I just genuinely don't remember. We should watch it after this.
Ooh, that would be fun. I love horror movies.
Yeah.
But the second Conjuring movie had the nun in it. That was like the bad guy for Ed and Lorraine Warren. And that didn't happen in real life because that was just a setup for the Nun movie that just came out.
Yeah.
And Ed and Lorraine Warren didn't really show up that much at the Enfield haunting as opposed to what happened in the movie. But the movie is based on the Enfield haunting, and there's a TV series called The Enfield Haunting that's like a British show. It's really weird. I did not like it, but like it's just like kind of cringy, like how British drama is.
Yeah.
Like they add things in you don't need to be in there. You know?
British, like, BBC shows either are, like, the best fucking thing ever or, like, cursed.
Yeah.
I feel like Doctor Who is, like, it's kind of, like, both at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
Doctor Who, I was so into it for a while, and then, like, looking back, I'm like, how did I watch this? Like, this is not good.
Oh, yeah. I think Doctor Who is very cringe.
Yeah.
But I
think
like a few
Doctor
seasons.
Who and Sherlock are like the same thing but opposites, where it's like they both have the fucking like super Wholock fan base, but like Doctor Who is like overrated and Sherlock is I think underrated because of its cringy fan base. Because Sherlock, if you ever like just sit down and watch one of those episodes, you're like, fuck, this is actually really good.
Yeah, it's like high quality.
It's so high quality. Oh my god.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, that guy.
Well, I love Martin Freeman.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Anyways,
A tangent.
The Hauntings.
Yeah, it happened between 1977 and 1979. And the haunting involved two sisters, ages 11 and 13. I have another thing that says that she was 14. I don't think it really matters that much.
Close enough, yeah.
They were children.
Yeah.
Some members of the Society for Cyclical, I'm not sure, research such as inventor Maurice Grosse and writer Guy Leon Playfair believe the hauntings were real, but other people such as Anita Gregory and John Beloff were unconvinced and found evidence that the girls were faking it. Members of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry, including stage magicians such as Melbourne Christopher and Joe Nickel and Bob Cutie, I don't know, reviewed the case and criticized the paranormal investigators for being overly credulous while also identifying features of the case as being indicative of a hoax. So.
Can you say that in like a simpler manner? Because
Oh,
that
yeah.
was so many words.
Sorry. So some people were like, this is real. And then some people, like people from the Committee of Skeptical Inquiry, such as some magicians, said that they criticized the case because they said the paranormal investigators, which were Grosse and Playfair, identified like some of the features in the case as being fake. Like they looked over evidence because they're like, no, it's real. I'll get more into it.
Okay.
So in August of 1977, single parent Peggy Hodgson, called the police for her rented home in Enfield after two of her four children said the furniture was moving.
Huh.
So, the children were Margaret, age 14, and Janet, age 11. Janet's the star of The Conjuring 2.
Ooh.
I know, that little girl's really good at acting, but Janet's like the main girl in The Conjuring. And she's also the main girl here, so.
Nice.
The two other children were Johnny, age 10, and Billy, age 7. The police constable said she saw a chair, quote, wobble and slide. The next day, toys such as Legos, were flying around the house and, like, hitting people. Claims later would include disembodied voices, loud noises, thrown rocks, and toys, overturned chairs, and children levitating. Over a period of
Children levitating.
Yeah, casual.
I'm sorry I reacted to that late, but I was just in my head I was just fucking walking, there's just a child, because I'm thinking children levitating, because we don't live with children, but
Yeah.
I'm forgot that oh, there's these children would be the ones levitating, so I was what if you just walked in, there's fucking children levitating.
Just a bunch of toddlers just levitating in your living room, and you're not the children again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over a period of 18 months, more than 30 people said they saw heavy furniture moving on its own, objects being thrown across the room, and the daughters seeming to levitate several feet from the ground.
Damn.
Also, many seemed to hear and record unexplained knocking noises and a, quote, gruff voice. These activities got a lot of attention from the press. They were in a lot of the newspapers at the time. So I got this list from the Encyclopedia. God. I don't know why I said it wrong. It's just the psychic encyclopedia. And it's an incomplete list of things that happened to the Enfield home that have been recorded.
Cyclopedia? Is that...
It's an It's the PSI-encyclopedia.
Okay.
Psy.
Huh.
Whoop'em gum style. But it doesn't mean... I don't...
I'm gonna... Let's just forget
It's
that
a
you just
website.
made that
It's not
reference.
important.
Continue.
So here's a list of things.
Okay.
Marbles and pieces of Legos seen traveling through the air at great speeds, seemingly emanating from walls or windows. A teapot shook vigorously on a cabinet in the absence of any external vibrations. Metal spoons bent, and the lids of metal teapots were deformed. The shade of a bedside lamp tilted and then straightened. A toilet door opened and closed, and nobody was nearby. Cardboard boxes and cushions were thrown by an unknown force. A slipper was thrown across the room by an unknown source. A framed certificate was pulled off the wall. Gross was in the room alone, the investigator. A bedroom carpet was pulled up at the edge to form an identical shape each time, an effect which Gross was unable to replicate. A settee was levitated and overturned in front of several witnesses. 11-year-old Janet was levitated and deposited in different places at different times. Kitchen unit doors slid open of their own accord. Tubular door chimes swung from side to side many times. Footsteps were heard when nobody else was present. 12-year-old Margaret was held fast by an unknown force. Knocks, bangs, and crashes heard, not caused by plumbing, vibrations, or other external sources. Coins disappeared from one room and reappeared in another. Small fires started and extinguished themselves without causing damage. Water appeared in circumstances not understood.
That's a lot of stuff that
I'm not
goes
done.
down.
Normal, reliable electronic equipment, such as tape recorders and cameras, failed to work. Apparitions were seen, partial and total. An iron frame of a built-in fireplace was wrenched from the wall. Excrement appeared in inappropriate places.
I dislike that so much.
Written messages. The abusive remarks and swear words in a gruff, masculine voice, apparently produced by Janet and sometimes Margaret. So, the investigations. The paranormal ones.
Yeah.
Maurice Gross and Guy Leon Playfair from the Society for Cyclical Research reported, quote, curious whistling and barking noises coming from Janet's general direction. Even though Playfair said that the haunting was genuine in his book, This House is Haunted, The True Story of Poltergeist, 1980, he often doubts the children's truthfulness and wondered if they were playing tricks or exaggerating.
Wait, so Poltergeist, the movie, was that based on this?
No.
Oh.
Poltergeist, the movie, was it about American Family?
Yeah.
And it was made by Steven Spielberg.
I know that.
Sorry.
But...
that came out, I believe, before this.
Okay.
I'm not
just because
certain
like the true story of of a poltergeist or like poltergeist, just like as plural
of a poltergeist.
Okay, because I've seen that movie. That's like a kind of one of those classic.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Did you know that Poltergeist came out in 1982, so it's 2 years after this. But the whole plot of Poltergeist the movie is like an Indian burial ground, which isn't similar to this.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Now that you say that, I remember.
Yeah. I just listened to a podcast, I think, on, it was Wine and Crime, and they were talking about the, like, all the things that happened behind the scenes of Poltergeist the movie. Like deaths and stuff, because apparently it's, like, a cursed, like, movie or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'll talk about it at a different time. It's good.
Ooh.
It's good stuff. So, anyway... Yeah. No, that was just his book. The True Story of a Poltergeist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Both investigators believe that some of the alleged poltergeist activity was faked by the girls, but they believe other stuff was real. So, here's some stuff about Janet. Damn it, Janet. Okay.
That's what I was thinking too.
They proved that Janet had lied when a video camera in the room next door caught her bending spoons and trying to bend an iron bar. This is shown in the Conjuring movie when Janet lies. So obviously, she's like faking the bent spoons and stuff to get attention, and they caught that on camera. But there's also stuff that they couldn't prove that she lied about.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what if do you think that she could like physically bend the spoons though? Maybe, like, the demon was possessing her to bend the spoons.
I mean, that's 100% possible, because I don't think I could bend a spoon.
Like, if, like, think about, like, a metal spoon. Like, and a, like, 11... Is she 11?
Yeah, she's 11.
Like, an 11-year-old girl most likely could not bend that. So I find that suspicious.
I mean, I don't know how flimsy their spoons
I guess.
are. But, like...
But if you think about it, though, like... Unless you have, like, if you're, like, trying to use your two hands, I think it's pretty hard. Like, unless you're, like, using, like, another thing, I think it would be hard to bend a spoon.
True. I don't know what you... See, like, I mean, maybe if the demon was, like, I can bend spoons, but I feel like it wasn't ever said, but the bent spoons, I think, were kind of, like, from the movie Poltergeist, you know, when they hold up the spoon and it, like, is bent. So I think... the spoons are just, like, bent on their own, as opposed to her trying to show, like, she has superhuman 11-year-old strength.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But they had a camera, and apparently it looked like she was faking it.
Okay.
So maybe she was, like, bending it against something.
Yeah.
But Gross had observed Janet banging a broom handle on the ceiling and hiding his tape recorders. Which is kind of rude. Another lie Janet was caught in was she had a voice called Bill, who, quote, displayed a habit of suddenly changing the topic, a habit Janet also had. But she had a different voice, which we'll get into, which is freaking creepy.
Yeah, I just say anything with, like, no.
Yeah. Janet and Margaret admitted to pranking the reporters, and Gross and Playfair compelled the girls to retract their confessions. The researchers were mocked for getting tricked by the two girls. So, like, they did eventually admit that they had lied about, like, some things to try and get attention. Because, I mean, they were 13 and 11.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you?
I mean, I guess. I know, but I understand. I can wrap my head around that. Okay. Yeah.
Renee Haynes had raised some suspicions about the poltergeist's voices. I said that weird. She said Janet had been practicing ventriloquism, which is weird. But I'm going to play for you what the voices are that I'm talking about.
I feel like I'm going to dislike this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. Margaret to stay there talking. Margaret is sleeping and talking.
So,
Fuck.
just that's coming from an 11-year-old.
Okay,
The
that
hello part.
how the fuck? That's so deep though.
I know. It's creepy.
Like, do they think that's real?
Yeah, they think that's real. So these voices started 3 months after the start of the disturbances, and they started as the barking and growling noises, and then progressed to a voice.
Yeah, no, that bitch is fucking possessed. Because there's no way. Like, I only, like, that, like, an 11-year-old girl does not have that low of voice. And I don't think could actually, like, get that. Like, you try and do that.
With my gruff, manly voice? Okay. Hello. If I, like, use the base of my throat, but you could very much tell that I'm doing that.
Yeah. I'm just,
Sorry.
I'm, like, how
I don't know.
yeah, that would take a lot of fucking practice.
Yeah, and,
'Cause
like,
I don't even think, yeah.
her voice would be, like, hoarse afterwards.
Yeah. So that, I believe that is gonna freak me out.
I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more.
Okay.
So this elderly man's voice identified himself as Joe Wilkins and claimed that he lived in the house but had died. There was in fact a Mr. Joe Wilkins that had lived there and died there, and Janet had not known this.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's... Okay, I'm sold. This is real.
So he swore a lot, he used a lot of curse words, but he claimed to be still living in the house and sleeping in Janet's bed.
Oh my god, okay. I hate this. Like, I don't know why. I've seen horror movies and stuff, but for some reason, like, this is so scary.
We're also sitting in a room that's, like, pretty dark. We have, like, one lamp on.
Don't remind me. I'm, like, getting the feeling of, like, oh.
So the voice gave details in an interview. The interview was done by Richard Gross, which was the other person's son, the other Gross, Maurice's. He said, quote, "I went blind and I had a hemorrhage, and I fell asleep and I died on a chair in the corner downstairs." So this was said by Janet in that creepy-ass man's voice.
Okay.
So to eliminate the possibility that Janet was faking this voice, Richard taped her mouth shut, and the voice was still heard. And they also did this with water in Janet's mouth, and you could still hear the voice clearly.
How?
I don't know.
Like, because if it's...
So, the recordings are only voice recordings, obviously.
Yeah.
But in the Conjuring movie, how they showed it is Janet...
Oh my god.
Spooked
Fuck
us.
you. Fuck you. Hold on. I'm gonna clarify what just happened because this is perfect for the recording.
I hate you.
We're, Mary Kate just walked in, my friend, and we're recording this scary ass fucking story, and we're in this dark room, and me and Maggie both literally just had a heart attack because I did not know you were going to be home this soon. So thank you for scaring us. And we're recording, so if you'd like to say anything, go ahead.
Where's the bread?
Downstairs in the fridge.
Yeah. Please knock or text me if you're going to return so we don't actually pass out from fear.
No.
Okay.
You're so nice.
Anyways. Oh my god.
In the movie, Janet has them turn their backs to her. So you, like, don't see her mouth moving, but, like, the voice comes out. But here's what they did. So the doctors, I don't know, some investigators came, and they, like, taped a mic to the back of her neck, and the voice was louder at the back of, like, they taped it, like, you know, to the...
Yeah, I see.
Not, like, the inside of her neck, but, you know, the outside. And
Yeah.
it was louder there. And this, they thought that was coming from a false vocal cords, which are, like, these trained vocal cords in, like, the back of your neck or something. However, the side effects of these vocal cords are 6 weeks of hoarseness and a sore throat, and Janet didn't have these side effects at all, so she couldn't have been using the false vocal cords.
Huh.
Because the false vocal cords would, like, make that deep voice.
Yeah.
But she didn't have any symptoms of, like, using them.
So, like, do they think it was just, like, an, like, disembodied, like, voice coming from behind her?
I don't know what they think, but I will get to what Janet thinks in a little while, because she's still alive.
Oh.
She's not dead. She's younger than my mother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if she was, like, 11 in
79. Yeah.
Yeah, because then she would have been born in, like, 1968.
Yeah, she's 45. That's all I got
yeah.
for you. Anyway, other investigations. David Roberts carried out experiments. He tried to video it, but he had trouble trying to hide the video cameras from the girls because he didn't want them to, like, fake things. But he witnessed Janet levitating. So if you Google the picture of the Enfield Haunting, it's this image that's on the sound recording.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of cut off, but it's a picture of Janet, like, above a bed. It looks kind of like she's jumping on the bed, but...
So she's levitating?
Yeah, she's levitating. So...
Okay.
Well, let me do a hot Google search.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here are the pictures. She looks like she's screaming. It kind of looks like she's jumping off the bed, but they're pictures of her levitating. And you can, like, that's the family.
Okay.
And you can, like, look them up. They're kind of creepy. I don't like them. They show them at the end of the...
Yeah, they
the
look like a
Conjuring movie.
cryptid image you'd see on Tumblr.
Yeah, they got that
Same,
look to
like,
them.
very bright, high
Flash.
contrast flash. Yeah.
He also witnessed a large cushion teleporting to the roof, and he got hit with a flying plate, and his hair was pulled when he was sleeping in the front room.
Huh.
So that's fun.
Oh my god.
So Peggy Hodgson died in 2003. That was the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her first son died at age 14, which was kind of upsetting. That was Johnny. Janet left home and married at age 16. And
Okay.
she also had a son, and he died at age 18, which is upsetting. But Peggy avoided publicity but never changed her position on the matter that the house was indeed haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy, who was, like, 7 at the time, is indifferent about the whole situation.
Ah. Fair.
In 2011, Janet was asked if she believed that the house was still haunted, and she said, quote, "Years later, when Mom was alive, there was always a presence there, something watching over you." Janet is now 45, and she says she was bullied in school and called Ghost Girl, which I'll bring up something later about that.
Okay.
And she said that she had played with a Ouija board before the trouble flared up at home. So if that's a lesson to anyone, never play with a Ouija board.
Tell that to all the people that were in the woods the other night with the goddamn Ouija board.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get haunted.
They will. Oh, God.
She was unaware that she went into trances during the hauntings until she was shown photos of her in the trances.
Oh, my God.
And she said when the voices were happening, she felt like someone was behind her all of the time.
Okay.
So, like, someone was standing behind her.
Yeah.
Which is freaking creepy.
This is, I don't know why, I've definitely, like, heard this name before, but never, like, as in-depth as this, or, like, the recording, so yeah, no, this is really creepy.
And after Peggy had died, the house was occupied by a woman named Claire Bennett, a mother of 4. She said, quote, "I didn't see anything, but I felt uncomfortable. There was definitely some kind of presence in the house. I always felt like someone was looking at me." Her sons would wake up in the night hearing people talking downstairs. Bennett then found out about the house's history, and suddenly it all made sense, she said. The family moved out after just 2 months.
Oh, wow. That's pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in the Enfield Haunting house.
Yeah.
And also, Janet said that during times of her levitation, she thought that she was going to die because she didn't know where she was going to land. But that's it. Those are all my notes.
Wait, so was there ever, like, an exorcism or anything, or was it just, like,
it wasn't like she was possessed.
Yeah. But, like, how, like, what was, like, the end where it kind of stopped getting pressed, though? Like,
They moved out of the house.
They moved out?
Because, like, their house was haunted, but I think it was kind of, like, they had a lot of investigators come in and stuff, but Janet left at 16. It's because the hauntings happened between 1977 and 1979.
Yeah.
Which is
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So they just had, like, a lot of publicity, but I guess if you can't prove anything happened, you just kind of forget that it happened, I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and then Janet left, like, 5 years later.
Oh my god. Well... Nice. Okay. I guess I have to follow that creepiness up. So, it's a different one, because, I mean, the obvious choice of comparison would be The Conjuring 2, because that's what it's based on, but that's, like, you can't just do that. I try to avoid things that are super supernatural, just because it's, like, or, like, crime-related. It's, like, I'm not gonna do, like, it's, like, do the Zodiac Killer, and it's, like, the movie The Zodiac. So, this show is a little spooky, and since it is October now, but I have the famous intro to get us going. Yeah, I really like this intro. It's nice.
It is, it's very good.
It's pleasing. So, Stranger Things. I think a lot of people have seen it. If you haven't seen it, everyone will go on about how odd that is.
Because it's a good show.
It is good. But I figured, there's kids in the haunting, and then I think my idea is it's like the alternative world of, so there's a poltergeist and it's haunted, but it's like, what if it's like, the upside down almost? Because that's kind of, I mean, if you think about it, Stranger Things is very similar to, like, a haunting.
Yes.
But it's just, like, someone is just trapped in a different dimension. So I'm like, okay. So, like, obviously, it's creepy.
Yes.
There's all the lights, there's all the craziness, there's the monsters. But, like, if there's just, like, one person gets trapped, so, like, you have 11.
Yeah.
Although I think 11 would be the one that is, like, not possessed, because I know she wasn't, like, possessed, but, like, the one experiencing the things that people don't believe. Like, it would be 11 for sure. Not, like, the other kids, because I think 11 would just be, like, everyone would just be kind of creeped out enough to think that it's just, like, she's, like, weird and, like, faking it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying 11 is Janet?
Yeah, 11 is Janet.
Which is ironic, because doesn't her name get changed to Jane?
Yeah,
it's not ironic.
Or it's not. It isn't changed. That's her name. They just finally figured it out.
Yeah.
So 11. I don't. Yeah, it's weird that her name is Jane. It's
I don't like that one bit.
I'm just gonna keep saying 11.
Yeah.
But so I think it would be. She is, living in the cabin in the woods with Hopper.
Yeah.
And they're just doing their thing. I think that their little cabin in the woods would get haunted by... Well, I guess Will would be in the Upside Down. But I feel like it should be like a creepy... Who's creepier than Will?
The doctor.
Brother.
The brother.
Oh, the doctor.
The evil doctor guy that she called, like, Dad or something. From season 1. He's creepy. I don't like him.
Yeah, but he's dead.
That's true.
No. I guess
you're trying to say Jonathan is creepy? That's rude.
Not Jonathan.
You said the brother.
The brother of the redhead.
Oh. Max's brother?
Yeah. Jonathan is creepy, but
I mean, he's got a creepy face, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah. No, the asshole brother.
I'm looking for his name.
What's his goddamn name?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because what's the other guy's name?
What's the
Steve.
other guy?
It's Steve, Jonathan, and then what's his name? Oh my god.
We're doing so great right now.
We're so... I haven't watched Stranger Things in a while. I feel like because it's such like a pop culture known thing, like I would remember every single detail about it. But yeah, so I think 11 would be haunted by Will in the Upside Down.
Okay.
Because like Will's trapped there and that's how it goes down.
That's how it goes down.
Yeah. But instead of like, it's kind of like with haunting, it's like there's ones that it's like there's aggressive people and there's ones that it's like it's just they don't know what's going on. So I think it would just be like
His name's Billy.
That's what it was. Yeah. I knew it was something similar to that. But anyways, so Will would be like trying to communicate with them from the Upside Down, but I think it would manifest very similarly to like an actual like poltergeist haunting.
Yeah. Because didn't it kind of already?
Yeah, I mean...
With the lights and everything?
The lights, I think, is the biggest thing, because that's, like, the channeling energy seems to be the biggest. So, yeah. I think... And also, like, the walls kind of, like, could move, which I think could translate to, like, furniture moving. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, the Upside Down seems like a crazy kind of thing. And, like, if he was, like, just somehow connected to 11... Because they kind of, like, swapped in and out of the Upside Down, kind of.
Yeah, she could, like, figure out where Will was, right?
Yeah. And then, in the end of the first season, she, like, goes in, and then...
He comes out.
So, because she kills that... What's that?
Demogorgon.
Yeah. You know. Those things.
Yeah. The Demogorgon.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird because that like that's like the villain of the show, but like I feel like in the first season like you didn't even know what it was. Like it's like, oh, that's a thing, but like the whole like lab thing seems way worse.
Like when she was in the lab?
Yeah, like that seemed like more of the villain of the first season.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and but then like in the finale it's like, oh, let's kill this monster, but it's like the monster.
Well,
it was killing
the
stuff.
monster it killed Barb. I
yeah.
guess. But
unpopular opinion, but I don't care about her.
Yeah,
it's like
is unpopular. I think you're just upset about Sierra Burgess as a loser.
That movie was so horrible. If you're gonna watch that, don't, because it's not worth it. It was so bad. No, but like I'm just like I had no emotional attachment to her.
I mean, I didn't either, but
like yeah, it's messed up what happened, but like I think, like, the whole, like, hashtag justice for Barb, it's like, yeah,
well, because, I mean, Will went missing, and, like, everyone freaked out, but Barb went missing, and everyone's like, who cares? And I think there should be some equality, but also, I think in season 2, when,
But, like, if you think about it, though, like, the friend group, like, all of those friends are friends with Will, so it's, like, all of your main characters and their families, like, know him, versus, like, Barb, it's like we only know Nancy and that's it.
That's true.
So, I just think it's a weird thing that happened from the show. But anyways, Hopper and 11 living together, doing their thing. And like, I think Stranger Things always takes place like around Halloween, generally.
The second season did it, at least, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were the Ghostbusters and it was adorable.
Yes.
But, so I think it would kind of be like, at first, Hopper would be like, okay, this is weird. But, like, we live in a cabin alone in the woods. It's probably haunted.
Just accept it.
Just accept it. He isn't even there enough to care. And 11 wouldn't know any better. 11's like, some weird stuff's happening. Of course. You know?
Yeah, might as well happen.
Like, she can't even talk, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She only knows a few words.
Which is odd. I don't know how that works.
I mean, I would say it's probably because she wasn't spoken to a lot, but I feel like the doctors did speak to her a lot. So
yeah.
I don't know.
The 11 not talking makes no sense. I would like that noted.
I'm not noting it.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Just let her not be able to speak. It makes it more interesting.
I'm team illiterate 11.
I like it when she doesn't speak at all.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think, like, they would probably ignore it at first, for sure. And it's like, oh, you know, why not? And, like, also, if they, like, just went off the grid, then, like, they wouldn't even know he's missing, honestly. I mean, Hopper technically would, but for the sake of this, they don't know. Yeah. So, Hopper and 11 in the woods together. Probably, like, I don't think the dragging would happen, because I don't think that would translate, like, from the upside down. Like, I don't think you would actually be able to, like, affect someone physically like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the, like, light flickerings and, like, maybe objects moving would be happening, and it's like, oh, like, that's strange, but, like, maybe 11's just, like, affecting it, so Hopper would ignore it, and 11, like, maybe wouldn't notice at first, and then it's like, what's happening? Is something wrong? Like, you know? And, like, it would be, like, one of those things where it's, like, they're fighting, and, like, Hopper would think 11's lying about it just to, like, freak him out.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like, that's where the discourse would come in with, like, is it fake or not? Or, like, is this person faking it?
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, 11 could do that, but, like, she's not.
Yes. Understood.
So, yeah, that's where the fake discourse would come in. Yeah.
The fake discourse.
Yeah.
I would like to throw in that, so I said Janet was bullied and she was called Ghost Girl.
Yeah.
In Stranger Things, Will was called Zombie Boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought that was a cute little correlation.
That's true. Yeah. Zombie boy, ghost girl.
I ship it.
I ship it. I do too. Yeah. People ship the Stranger Things people. I'm like, they're all like 5. Stop.
I mean, they're 15 now.
Oh, well.
Also, Mike and 11 had a kiss. And
That's
so
fair.
did Lucas and Max.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they did show romantic interests.
Who does Dustin get?
Nobody, but he dances with Nancy and it's nice.
I forgot that kid's name is Dustin, and, like, our roommate's name is Dustin, so I'm like...
He gets nobody.
Dustin gets nobody, which isn't true. He's dating someone right now, but...
Yeah. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Dustin asked a bunch of girls out, but they don't want to... They don't want to dance with him, so Nancy dances with him.
Oh, tag yourself, I'm Dustin. Like, I'm not, but forever and always.
Yeah, I'm Nancy, because I'm cool, and I would totally dance with you, Tess.
Yay! Okay, so... Eventually... That was a weird tangent. Eventually, like, Hopper would for sure be like, okay, 11's not doing this. Because I think the difference would be 11 leaves, and then it would still be happening.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, there would be some sort of, like, irrefutable situation where it's like, this is not what usually
like
goes down.
when 11 leaves and goes to, like, wherever she goes.
Mike's house or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I was going to say when, you know, she leaves to go to that other state.
Oh, yeah, she goes to
Visit
Chicago.
her sister.
Yeah, like...
Person.
The, like, fellow experiment.
Yeah, number 8 or something.
Yeah. So, it would be then, and then Hopper would be like, oh shit, this is unexpected.
Yeah, things are still haunted.
Yeah, and then I think, like, I don't think there would be any way for them to really figure out what happens. It just would be, like, a matter of 11 would have to go, like, into the Upside Down and be like, oh hey, and then, like, come back. But, like, I think it would go on for a while, because it's, like...
Yeah, it's hard to go in and out of
like,
the
it's hard to
Upside
go
Down.
in and out. But, like, so they would kind of just be haunted for, like, a month or so, probably. And then... Because, like, Will kind of flashes in and out, so it would just be, like, flashed in, do things that are very similar to a haunting, and then come out, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, in the town, I think it could eventually get press, like, kind of the hauntings did, just because it's, like, a small town.
Yeah.
You know, like, sheriff's house haunted. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because during, like, Stranger Things and, like, other, like, Steven Spielberg-esque type shows, like, except like E.T. or something.
Yeah.
Nothing that happens in the towns gets like a lot of press. Like even in like Super 8, they didn't get any press even though they had like a bunch of stuff coming in, because it seems like in those types of shows the government like hides everything and they're like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But then like in real life the press would just be all over it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's like, even though like these, because the other thing is like there's no excuse because Stranger Things takes place in the 80s.
Yeah.
And like later than like the Enfield hauntings did, and there was still a ton of press on that. So it's like word gets around for sure.
Yeah. If something's happening in your town, the press is going to be on it.
Yeah. So that's the tea.
Yeah. That's the tea.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it would just be like an upside down like haunting. Because it totally, like, that whole concept completely makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, to be in a singular space, like, not, like, it's like everything that's haunted is, like, a actual physical place.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
I mean, you can have haunted dolls and stuff, but...
But, like, there's not, like, a haunted field. Maybe there is.
I don't know.
I guess no one's, like, spending a lot of time in a field to tell.
If it's a haunted field.
A haunted field.
My lawn chair moved. No.
Or, I mean, a graveyard, but that's
yeah.
obviously, that's obvious.
Yeah, because it's a graveyard.
I think there's haunted forests.
Yeah.
No, I think I've heard stories of, like, haunted forests where there's a light in the distance and, like, it's coming from nowhere.
Maybe.
No, I've heard
No,
that.
yeah, no, I'm sure. I don't think
I'm sure
you're
it's
lying. There are a lot of haunted things in the world.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story.
Is that everything is haunted and you're probably sitting on a ghost right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Come at me, demons.
So if you want to share haunted stories with us, you can email us at screenofthecrime podcast at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a Patreon, and we have no Patreon supporters.
Yet.
So you could be the first.
Yeah. I mean, $1 a month and you get some good stuff just for the lowest amount.
Yeah, we're gonna, if we get any Patreon supporters, we're probably gonna put up Patreon content.
Yeah.
And you can get stuff no one else is getting for $1 a month.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's
It's
like,
less than Spotify.
Yeah, and we're on Spotify.
So listen to us there.
You can find us on all social media at Screen of the Crime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just, follow us and happy Halloween.
Yeah, even though we'll probably make another episode before Halloween.
Yeah. Well, the whole month is Halloween, let's be real.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Yeah. We'll
first.
try and do some spooky content for the month.
Yeah.
Keep it topical.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yes.